Hey everybody, Andy Sachs here with Around Town Real Estate. The Fed just cut rates again this past December, but if you're expecting mortgage rates to follow immediately, hold on. In 2026, it's not as straightforward as it sounds. A lot of buyers and homeowners think Fed rate cuts automatically mean lower mortgage interest rates. I get it, it sounds logical, but the truth is mortgage rates follow a different path. And if you're trying to time the market or hold off on a refinance, you might be missing your window. Let's talk about what's really driving mortgage rates here in 2026 and whether the latest Fed move will change anything in a big way. The Fed doesn't directly control mortgage rates. Here's the reality. The Fed sets the federal fund rate, which affects short-term lending. Mortgage rates, however, are tied to the bond market, specifically the 10-year Treasury yield. When investors feel confident, the yield drops and mortgage rates usually follow. But when inflation is high or economic data is mixed, those rates can stay elevated. So while the Fed cut might signal a shift, mortgage lenders aren't just following Powell's lead. They're reacting to a bigger force. Mortgage rates respond to market expectations, not just news. Mortgage rates are based on what investors expect to happen, not just what is happening. If markets believe inflation will remain stubborn, or if the job market stays strong, rates might stay where they are or even inch up. If the bond market doesn't budge, neither will mortgage rates. That's why the Fed can cut rates and mortgage rates can still sit tight. There could be impact, but not overnight. Can the Fed rate cut help mortgage rates fall later in 26? Yes, but it likely won't be instant. We need to see consistent inflation improvement, weaker economic data, or shifts in investor confidence. In short, a full chain reaction, not just a single announcement. So if you're sitting on the sideline waiting for rates to crash, that moment might not come in the way you expect. And in fact, we might not want it to come as readily and as intensely as some buyers might expect. If you're buying or refinancing or just waiting for a sign, this is your reminder that mortgage rates don't move in lockstep with Fed policy. If you want clarity about where rates really are and where they're likely going, reach out. I'll walk you through what today's numbers mean for your budget and how to make the smartest move in shifting 2026 market.